Hey air signs, what's up? It's Tatiana from 13 Crow Intuitives. If you wanted to book a personal reading, you can make your way over to 13crowintuitives.com. That will redirect you to my Etsy page. If this reading doesn't personally resonate for you, that's completely fine. I'm sure there's something in here if you make your way to this video. Let's get started. Hope you guys are doing well. What's coming up for the week starting February 14th for air signs? I'm hearing somebody's going to be saying something to you. Somebody's saying something for your good. Like it's going to be an important message for you. Not like, oh, it's for your own good. It's going to be like an important message for you that you're going to be like, like I needed that. Thank you. What's going on for air signs? What's going on for air signs? Coming week. Clarify the 7 Pentacles in reverse. Clarify the Moon in reverse. So you have here 3 major arcanas. This is actually a big lesson that you're going through right now, okay? You have the Moon in reverse, clarified by the Hermit. You have Strength. You have 7 of Pentacles in reverse and the 2 of Cups upright. Some of you are water signs, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Some of you are fire signs, not sun, moon, not sun, sorry. Some of you are water sign, moon, or rising. Some of you are earth sign, moon, or rising, and some of you are fire sign, moon, or rising. Take it as it resonates. But a lot of you are really trying to find strength in the darkness. A lot of you are really trying to come to terms with your shadow as it is, not feeling kind of at a standstill with your emotions, not feeling like, oh, because some of you were feeling like you were at a standstill, especially pertaining to your love life. You haven't been feeling as inspired to be so like pushy or even judgmental towards those that you love, because sometimes some of you can be judgmental and it's just like, oh, I just want the best for this person. But there's a difference between wanting the best for a person and then trying to push your personal beliefs on them for whoever needs that message. But you have here, you know, or your personal beliefs or ways of being, regardless, whatever the case may be, for whoever needs that message, definitely take it as it resonates. But you have here, with this Moon in reverse energy clarified by the Hermit, you are, I'm hearing something about these next 9 days, this week, but like, you know, around these next 9 days, you're going to be coming into receiving a lot of clarity about how you need to put more into your personal progress and process instead of focusing so much on other people and focusing on what you want for them. You need to be able to go through feeling you know what alone feels like without feeling like lonely. Like you've been afraid to kind of go within and go towards your intuition to be alone, and like less social media is what I'm hearing as well. You guys have been kind of afraid to just like go into your own body and your own mind, and this is what you're kind of being forced to do right now, because your guides are just like, you need to focus on yourself. You need to focus on what you're doing, because there's a little bit here of a lack of effort, like just going through everyday life day to day, just like, oh, like you're not just like, I'm not just saying you're just like, I'm chilling, but for some of you, you need to realize that when it comes to what you truly want in your love life, when it comes to what you truly want in your job opportunities, when it comes to what you truly want in your life, that takes work. And there's some inner work that you haven't really been focusing on, and you know exactly where this inner work is. So this is coming for you this week. You're going to be doing a lot of self-reflection, a lot of self-reflection work, a lot of self-enlightening right now about how you haven't been taking the opportunity to really go within. And you're going to be taking this week to kind of stand up to yourself in that way, stand up to your shadow in that way, and be able to balance it back out to where it's not consuming you. Is very important. Some of you are still letting go of. This song is reminding me of something. This is a channel message for you. Sink into the floor by Feng Shui. Yeah. So you have here, there is an important message of like not taking so personally what people have said to you, or you know, not taking so personally what other people have like promised for you. You know, your future, you need to trust in your future and not so much putting the trust into what other people have said to you is very important. It's good to be able to know what you want. It's good to be able to know that you have thoughts and ideas for your future and your stability, but you want to make sure that you know that everything, every person, situation, energy is invested. And even then, right now, your guides have been telling you these situations aren't going to work out for you unless you put that focus on yourself, because it's like they were like, what happened? Like, you've been doing this hard work, and then this week is kind of like you're jumping back to all of these, like, you know, these thinkings of like focusing on other people or like focusing on other places except for yourself. And your guides are really wanting to make it known that like focusing on yourself right now and your self-enlightenment path, don't forget that. Don't forget that this is what you've already heard about, that this is very important for your inner growth and to gain your stability. For some of you, you need to be gaining your stability in money. For some of you, you need to be gaining your stability in getting your sanity, because some of you have been like, were very angry. Some of you were very angry and kind of lashed out or acted out this past week. Take it as it resonates. Kind of felt like you had to show domination in some way, or kind of felt like you had to show like, listen, I'm the boss, like this is my shit. But you don't have to. Like, some of you were being very aggressive in ways where it's just like, look, listen, just, you wouldn't have to feel this way if you just focus on yourself. This is a very important message for you guys this week. What's coming this week for air signs? Ooh. Some of you, take it as is resonating, felt like you have judgment here, clarified by 8 of Swords in reverse, clarified by King of Wands. Some of you felt like you were obligated to stay in a certain situation with somebody who was kind of a player, or like you were obligated to sit here and play this game back with this person, like this game of cat and mouse, runner chaser energy. And you do not have to stay in that situation. You do not have to sit and find out the conclusion of the situation. Some of you don't stop until it's too late. And then you cause blockages for yourself and things that you could have been focusing on for yourself. And you put all your focus on this situation, but you know what? It's an important lesson. You're coming to learn that this was an important lesson for you and where your energy has gone. I'm hearing this is the last time for you. Stop. Stop. This is the last time for you. You've already learned this lesson. You've been learning this lesson. But you have here judgment is very, very important in learning that in order to keep your rebirth going, in order to keep your opening up for your blessings, in order to keep opening up for becoming a new and better version of yourself, that you are not stuck to these situations. You are not stuck to certain people in your life, especially those who seem like they're like quote unquote fake energy. For some of you, that pertains to friends. For others of you, for most of you, this just pertains to like, you don't have to be a player. You don't have to play games with people who seem like they're players, so you're trying to be a player right back to them. Like, no, you don't have to do that. For some of you who are in a relationship, this situation isn't so much for you unless you and your partner are displaying some petty energy towards each other right now. But for those in a relationship, you're just learning to focus less on your relationship and to focus more on getting your dominance put back to you, instead of being like, you know, instead of just being like, I'm independent, I'm dominant. Like, just show that to yourself, you know. Show yourself that you are the leader of your life, that you are the manifestor in your life, because you're too focused on somebody else right now. And that's blocking you. That's been blocking you. For some of you, the last 4 weeks, that's been blocking you. Trying to be too invested in other people. And now you've just been thinking, like, should I go the other way? And you don't have to think that or not. You don't even have to, dote on that. You don't have to reflect on anything like that. You know that you have to be focusing on yourself, your path, and your career a lot more seriously, a lot more generously than you have. So you don't have to second guess that. That doesn't mean that you're leaving somebody behind. That doesn't mean that you're leaving your relationship if you're in a relationship. That just means that you're taking this opportunity right now to stand up to yourself where you need to, because you do have here, you've been feeling this rebirth coming. This is like a mini rebirth for you guys that's going to lead to long-term goals. And a big thing is knowing that one of your blockages throughout life was focusing too much on other people in their certain situations. And especially, I'm hearing something here about social settings for some of you guys. So for some of you guys, you've been spending your money on like partying or certain things that are just like, or like, going out to dinner too much, or whatever the case may be. Going out, buying stuff and things like that. And you definitely want to make sure that you're saving where necessary. Sorry. But for a lot of you, you were feeling kind of afraid to be able to focus on yourself. Feeling like you need to have other people around you to be happy. And you're learning that this does not resonate with your journey right now. Right now, you are meant to be in self-enlightenment. And you're having a lot of stage fright with yourself and your guides. Like your guides are just waiting for you to open up to this message and start journaling, start meditating on this. Meditating on this specific part of your journey. And they want to reward you for being brave enough to be able to stand up, with the energy of your journey that you've been aligning to. It's just like it felt like all of a sudden you might have been at a standstill, or like what's happening, what's going on. I don't really know what's going to happen with this situation, especially situations involving another party. This person could be a fire sign, sun, moon, or rising. This person could also be an air sign, sun, moon, or rising. This person could also be a water sign, sun, moon, or rising. Take it as it resonates, or that could be vice versa. You could be one of these moon or risings. I'm getting for some of you, you're double air sign. But regardless of the signs, that's not what's important. What's important here is realizing that, you're acknowledging that you're not stuck in these situations and that your stability is important to you. 8 of Pentacles. So you're getting back on track this week. You're getting back on track this week, especially when it comes to saving your money. Remembering those tragedies when you felt like you didn't have anything. Remembering those energies where it felt like, I was doing so well. What happened? You don't have to get yourself back there. Second guessing what's going on for you. Turn off your air signs this week. So right now you have the 8 of Pentacles, the 9 of Wands, and the 6 of Swords in reverse. You're going back to do a little bit of damage control in your life right now, especially pertaining to speaking up for yourself in these situations that you're currently learning to leave behind. You're doing damage control right now in trying to save your money. You're doing damage control right now and being able to know that the outside can wait, okay? This is very important. The outside can wait for you. You see how you're focusing on working hard. You might feel like some people aren't focusing on working as hard as you. Or you could feel like certain parts of your shadow don't want you to win in some ways. Like it's just like, why do I fall into these patterns where I feel like I'm not focused on myself, or I feel like I'm not focused on what I need to be doing? And it comes in waves. Some of you have had issues with an addictive or impulsive personality in the past. And this is something that you're still healing. And it's very scary for you to feel like you could relapse into... for some of you, relapsing is a thing, like drugs or alcohol or something like that. You don't want to go back to that. So right now you are doing some damage control, really asking yourself and working hard to move on. You know, the sun is always rising. You're taking this week with the glass half full instead of half empty. And you're not slowly putting yourself into any depressing moods or angry energy, which have been happening. And it's gonna kind of come to you like, oh, like this was all I had to do. This was all I had to feel. You know, that I do not have to put my focus where it's not aligning to my journey. And sometimes it takes a lot more bravery for you guys to acknowledge that than you realize. Because a lot of you do have issues with being stuck to the past, being addicts of the past, wanting to kind of stay in like self-loathing energy, or kind of stay like in the past for some reason, especially pertaining to your pain and healing. Especially for a lot of you, you take words as actions a lot of the time. So you're still processing certain situations where it's just like, okay, you know, I know that I need to trust myself to keep moving. I need to trust myself to be able to keep moving, because I can't take just words as actions. Because that makes you wait. And then when you're waiting on other things, your guides are blocking you. They will block that, like, boom. Like, we need you to learn this lesson. We need you to let go so that you can learn this lesson. So you have here, you're going to be focusing on your physical endeavors. For some of you, you're looking for new job opportunities. This is going to be good for you this week. You're going to be very lucky this week about looking for job opportunities. Or you're still moving into structuring. For some of you with businesses, you're moving into more structure in your business. You're going to be a lot more busy this week, taking things a lot more seriously. Less social media is definitely important right now. Unless you're promoting your business or something like that, of course. But right now, this is a big focus on what you want in your heart space. This is a big focus on knowing that your true love energy comes from within. And from within, you still have some messages to reflect on this week. About not depending on other people for your happiness or for your strategies, for your plans, whatever the case may be. For some of you, there might have been a situation that worked out. It's like, you have plans with somebody else, business partnership or something like that. You have plans with somebody that you thought could have been lifted off the ground and they didn't really get there. So you're doing a little bit of damage control right now, because you're knowing that you can't look at it like, damn, this situation was like everything else, because it wasn't like everything else. Every lesson with other people is different for you. No matter how similar it may seem like to end, you have to think about it with the glass half full instead of half empty. This was a new lesson for you. In an energy where you already knew that you had to be in, focusing on yourself. So this week is all about going within. And it's going to be it was a little bit frightening for you, because you're realizing that you have to confront your shadow. You do have to confront your shadow. Alright, your signs. That's what I'm seeing for you for this week. There was a little bit of like lackluster feelings for you, like even just in your energy right now. Like that's what I'm feeling, like just very like I don't want to do this. I don't want to focus on this. I don't want to, today I don't feel like doing anything. I just want to lay in my bed. What's that? Who sang that song? Bruno Mars? Lazy Song? Isn't that him? But that's what I'm getting for you guys. So yeah, you have the Ace of Wands here. There's old situations that you're being divinely guided away from so that you can focus on yourself. Those situations looked a little bit cloudy. They were not fully clear to you what was going on. So because of that, your guides are just like, let us help you a little bit. You know, let us help you and be able to move you to a new situation. And for some of you, you are moving as well. You're making plans to move this week more than you have been within these last few weeks. Right now, this upcoming week, you're very lucky in whatever you're doing for money and whatever you're doing pertaining to moving physically. Okay, air signs, so that was your reading for the week. And like I said, if you want to book a personal read, you definitely can book a personal read at 13crowintuitives.com. Okay, have a good night, you guys.